Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another, Painkillerzz 1 replay. It's on the north side as the US player, we have Painkillerzz 7. It's on the south side as the Panzer Elite player with Brendanh 21. Let's see, we go for Kattengrad or we go for Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers. Over here we've got barracks, 2 engineers, only going for 2 engineers. Looks like an engineer's like going to east side of the map to capture the points. Fresh riflemen being deployed on out. Let's see, I was playing while I watched that game, ended up losing because that double Brit sounds confused me. Oops, sorry about that. Luckily, you don't have to worry about stream sniping if I'm not streaming the competitive game. Kattengrad capturing off that strategic point. Riflemen pushing the way forward. Looks like eyeing to the right side of the map. Munitions point being captured up. That munitions point being captured on up. I cannot speak today. Camp Goofa Company has been deployed on out. So I always forget. That one can deploy out the infantry half tracks. The other one, logistics company, can deploy out the 221s. I always forget which building deploys what.
Point is ours. What time we lock it down, huh?
Rifleman captured up that strategic point. Captured the munitions point as well, but hasn't captured this point as well. So this income is wasted. He's not getting any income from these resource sectors. Second rifleman has been or is being deployed on out. Panzer Grenadiers do capture that cutoff point, while this one's captured the munitions point, and perhaps eyeing for the VP, keeping them nice and grouped up so they engage together.
Rifle squad, all eyes and ears.
They actually changed that now. Well, not everything. Beforehand, even infantry came off map, but now that's mostly now deployed out from the buildings. A couple things are not, such as AT guns. Also, I sort of like that aspect as well, because it means like rather than training stuff on the field, it's technically just being requisitioned off map. I sort of do actually like that sort of concept. Plus, in team games as well, as like if you don't like the spawn, you can swap for opponent of who gets what north, middle, and south. It actually does give tactical flexibility in team games. Panzer Grenadiers do get some damage on themselves. Rifleman does sustain a bit damage as well, as will drop a model. Rifleman captured the munitions point.
What is it?
Our fuel point is being taken by the enemy.
Riflemen are engaging the Panzer Grenadiers. These Panzer Grenadiers, however, sustaining a bit of damage as well. This rifleman is making soft retreat away as their engineers are starting to engage. The engineers going to just back, not run forward and engage. Riflemen engaging the Panzer Grenadier while they're capping. And the Kattengrad is rolling around.
Operation post.
And capturing points while the engagement's going on. Not like he can do much fight, but could knock around the riflemen. Engineers still have all 3 of the models. G43 squad has lost a model as well. We've got the infantry half track, however, can reinforce the G43 squad. Rifleman now captured the VP, and this rifleman captured the fuel point, with more reinforcing engineers, perhaps eyeing for this munitions point way over here. Not loaded up anything in the back of the infantry half track.
They're taking one of our points.
Listen up.
I guess it's more of a preference in a lot of that stuff when it comes to Painkillerzz 1 and Painkillerzz 2. For me, I usually just rally on where on the field I need them to be, so I know their general location or general path. So I don't even look what's actually deployed in my base building. Engineers are pushing the way forward, getting some good damage there onto the engineers themselves.
We're losing ground out there.
Kettengrad is receiving some hits there on the rear armor. It is severely wounded. The Kettengrad, will, if it gets a damaged engine, it is dead. Does get damaged engine there, but actually he's crawling away. That may not actually go down, but may be finished off right there. He's actually capturing the point well, not finishing off the Kettengrad. I'd say that's actually a bit of a mistake. Don't underestimate an unarmed unit. On the left side, riflemen and engineers captured all the important sectors.
Ground out there.
And so right side is being captured by the Panzer Grenadiers, but there's still some sectors not really secured on up. Kettengrad's slowly making his way forward, and now we've got these points now being secured as well. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward, finds one of the rifleman squad. This other rifleman squad may need to stop capturing and start pushing forward. And does get suppressed there while still capturing. If one model squad is getting focused like that, get the other one off the line and get the light cover. Sure, soft retreat this guy, but at least you have both you guys firing past focusing down one of the squads.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supplies.
Engineers now pushing the way forward. This unit still is not handling all too much. And Flamer squad now rushing forward to get some good damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers, and that Panzer Grenadiers squad will get wiped out.
Enemy unit down.
And just got an upgrade with G43 as well, so he just lost that G43 munitions. If he would have got killed before he was still upgrading, he would at least get the refund, but no refund for you. Infantry half-tracks getting some good damage there onto the riflemen. I do see 3 structures here. We do have the motor pole being deployed now, going for an early Greyhound. Still no other structures here.
Engineers, take it easy. Motor pool is now operational.
A motor pool, like he just said, is now operational. Likely a Greyhound will be deployed relatively soon. I don't believe there's going to be AT gun first. Greyhound seems like a good item, be it good against both the Panzer Grenadiers and the infantry half-track. Kettengrad has been fully repaired.
We're losing ground out there.
It's on an eye that fuel point and the VP, but there's not. It will be out of supply. The fuel point up north, Panzer Grenadiers getting overwhelmed by a large number of riflemen.
Rifles, here.
Motor pool, there we go. Greyhound is being deployed on out.
Greyhound is on the field. Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Kettengrad is capturing up that rather strategic point. It will bring this point into supply.
We have an
Ready
upgrade.
to fight, sir.
First the 50 cal, then the armored skirts.
Losing ground out there.
Overall, they're just doing a bit of a map exchange, trading each other's sides. But overall, got better capping pressure here by the Panzer League player, going for the cutoff point and this fuel point, while these points are now just being captured on up.
Wheels and grease ready to go.
2 command points for the US player. Over here, we've got the engineers advancing. We may see the Panzer Grenadiers forced back. And then the infantry half-track does get some good bursts on in. Given enough time, it will suppress these forces. Flamer squad does not get any kills there. Does fall back with squads nice and early. No triage center for healing. So this damage here is permanent for the time being. Fresh AT gun being deployed on out as well.
We got our flamethrower. Come on, time to pour on these. Good to go.
Another pretty passive game.
Squad defending. The men are
Rifleman trying to capture some of these points. Does get overwhelmed. Passing me the eye this like cover. Greyhound gains some great damage at long range. And the Flamers now push his way forward, forcing back on the Panzer Grenadiers. Both Panzer Grenadiers do fall back without gaining any territory. Nor does drop a rifleman model there. Triage Center has been deployed now. These engineers do, of course, need it. And with securing this point here, this point is, of course, cut off now, which, of course, means there's no fuel income here. Nor munitions come in here. So the Panzer Grenadiers need to start eyeing to capture up some of these southern points. Especially right here. And here. And, of course, here. But that one's, nope, not in the range of the MG. Riflemen do push forward. They're getting ripped apart because it's really winning. Best to do a full retreat at this point in time, or else you may risk the squad being wiped.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Anti-gun does fire, but of course rolls a miss because it's the infantry squad. Second Greyhound's being deployed now, which would be very effective. There are two structures deployed on the field, Panzer Jäger Command and the Panzer Support Command. Don't see any upgrades coming out or anything deployed from them at the moment. Good hits there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Engineers making his way forward. Did I just hear a aircraft? Nope, I did not hear an aircraft for reconnaissance of flight or reconnaissance run. STG squad has them employed on out. Riflemen are at a pretty close range, but he's captured the VP itself, so one gun's down. Fresh rifleman squad, or somewhat fresh rifleman squad is making his advance as well. That one rifleman, the STG squad will need to fall back since they did too much in their infantry half-track to make his advance. And overall, these rifleman squads are quite wounded. He does get suppressive fire. No, yeah, he does use suppressive fire there with the G43 squad when he really didn't need to. Rifleman squad needs to fall back a long time ago. And we'll get wiped there and put a couple holes in this wall there, so now it's easy to traverse. Greyhound here, this Greyhound here. So both Greyhounds along the left side. Kaliningrad going around. And we do have another map exchange going on.
We've got the point.
Mechanized has their orders. They will now take and hold.
Oh!
Like
He went that side first. He's went for armor. Now his Greyhound to capture up sectors. That's actually a really, really good idea at this moment in time. Now he can use his Greyhounds to capture points to increase his capping pressure, because his opponent does have good capping pressure at the moment, so I do like that option. It's the side of the Pershing as well, so you can get out Pershing relatively earlier, as opposed to Calliope, or Calliope. Another AT gun has been pointed out, maybe a little bit overkill, because he doesn't see any vehicles at the moment. Patrick does get a hit there. Greyhound does capture this sector.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Two Patrick squads are here. Does roll a miss there, and the one that could have fired does not. Focusing down the Patrick squad, doesn't get any more fire there. Getting some good hits there on the squad itself, forcing it back, saving the Greyhound. Though he does lose his Flamer squad, it's better to lose that rather than the Greyhound. Greyhound's in pursuit of the entry half-track.
Hi.
And the side he went down, he could also get Allied War Machine to replace his Greyhounds. Who cares about M10 spam? We could just get Greyhound spam. Riflemen making their advance, we may see suppressive fire, though we do not. He also went for defense on his G43 squad. Usually we see accuracy on G43, defense on STGs.
We're losing ground out there. The Axis hold the initiative.
STG squads are making its way forward. Both Greyhounds, well, one's nearly full health, the other one's full health. Rifleman also engaged here while capturing the VP, but no, it stops to capture the VP. Starting to engage the infantry half-track of his Greyhounds. Good, getting good damage in. And there goes the half-track. The SCG squad would likely get wiped out at the current rate. Rolls a miss there, and does not get a kill there. I'm actually sort of surprised about that. G43 squad receiving quite a bit of fire. He needs to fall back. Panzer does connect with the armored car, but can still withstand a bit of a beating. G43 squad is falling back. Two Panzer squads pushing the way forward. Rifleman squad just needs to be move forward and engage these Panzer Grenadiers. Splitting his fire, which is not very good. The Greyhounds should fall back, but no, the Panzer Grenadiers fall back instead.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
He can use the Greyhounds to capture the points while repairing them. He has that ability, so use it. You actually don't really see people use that ability when it's actually a perfect time for him to use the ability. Granted, he probably does not know what doctrine his opponent's gone for just yet because... and maybe worry about teller mines. His opponent has actually not selected doctrine just yet, but he has deployed out Panthers.
Kampfgruppe a Panzer battle group has arrived and is now available for deployment.
So we do have 2 Panthers out in the field. He does not have enough population for more Panthers. You can see some Greyhound mines as well. Those look at some possibilities.
One of our sectors has been cut off.
It's also pretty low in field as well, so I don't know why I have a good feeling we're going to see Panther spam. Bars have been researched, which of course not going to be very effective versus Panthers, but will be effective versus the Panzer Grenadiers, which we have a massive blob pushing its way forward. Engineers now receiving some Panther fire. He does fall back, well, he does lose it.
Superiority once again.
He will need to get out of Pershing relatively soon, but I think he may be pretty far away from that. AT gun has, of course, been deployed. There's 2 of them out in the field, so now the AT guns will have some good targets. But he's getting overwhelmed by the Panzer Grenadiers. Greyhounds making their charge. I think the Greyhounds may have got 1 penetration there. Does get a bounce there as well. The AT gun will likely get fully destroyed. Yes, it does. Over here, Kaliningrad captured the point. Other AT gun has... the fresh one has been deployed here. I'm not sure where the other one's at. I actually really don't know where the other AT gun went. It may have been destroyed. He had 2, and I see 3 triangles. And these are Greyhounds. And this one looked like it was freshly built. Maybe this was the original one. Greyhounds do receive some bounces. 1 Greyhound does go down. Another good hit there. We may see some sticky bombs there. No, he doesn't have sticky bomb research. And we got the 30 cal trying to save the AT gun the best he can. You start hitting this one here, rear armor exposed, and also a bit more wounded. Riflemen start to engage these forces. Does lose a Greyhound there, but now these Panzer Grenadiers are going to be ripped apart. He's hitting the wrong one, but it's getting some good damage onto it either way. Switch back to the US player. Where is sticky bombs now being researched way too late, and did not activate Allied War Machine there to save his Greyhounds, though he perhaps sacrificed them perhaps for some experience to get closer to Pershing. And good hit there, making them destroyed there on that Panther. He maybe get 2 sticky bombs off. Engine destroyed, so that's dead Panther.
Composition B is in. Troops can now make sticky bombs.
Don't need to worry about spending munitions there on that Panther. No! Why did he spend munitions on that?
Enemy unit down.
You had an AT gun on the rear armor on a destroyed engine unit. The AT gun just needed to be moved to right here, and the Panther would go down. Though,
Losing ground out
he lost both his Greyhounds and lost a significant amount of his army. Look at the map.
Secured. Rifle squad defending.
Look at the map. He still has majority control of the map. So he lost a lot, but not everything.
Enemy unit down.
And the amount of Panzer Grenadier models went down there. The Panzer League player must be hurting for manpower. Look, his squad's not being reinforced. He just deployed out some tank busters, or no, heavy assault grenadiers. So the Panzer League player is hurting from manpower.
This is Panzer.
Yeah, look at that. He's hurting from manpower. He should not have got this assault grenadier. He needed to reinforce his squads. He also got this guy here. So
The enemy is seizing our territory.
there's going to be a lot of manpower bleed against the Panzer League player. Assault grenadiers making their advance. They do force back the riflemen. Still got an AT gun here. Second AT gun has been deployed. No doctrine has been selected either for the Panzer League player, so he still has options available.
Don't fuck up.
Fallschirmjäger, level of ground forces, doesn't seem like a good idea. He's lacking manpower, has a lot of infantry units, so he won't be able to deploy out flak 88s, and there's not a whole lot of armored assets right now for loiter. Scorched Earth probably would be his best option, just simply for booby traps. But even then, he doesn't have a lot of sectors to booby trap. There's also Tank Hunter, which... Teller mines would be nice, but he doesn't have really field control for laying down teller mines. And heads doesn't require manpower when he already has Panthers, that's generally not really worth it.
Destroyed an enemy unit.
So I think the best thing he can get out right now is Scorched Earth. Sector artillery would be nice once he secures sectors. He has 0 munitions income. What is he doing? He's not capturing sectors. Use the Panzer squads to capture sectors. He can use the G43s and STGs to kill stuff, but use the Panzer to capture up sectors to get his income going. Because sure, he may fight against another Greyhound, or fight against a Sherman tank or M10, but he has Panthers for that, or at least a Panther for that.
Soon we'll be experts.
He needs to use his Panzer squads to capture up points. Queue up a bunch of literally shift queues. Say you have one guy shift queue here, then perhaps up here, or 2 over here. Have the other guy capture the VP and shift queue to these other points. Just start mass capturing sectors. Hell, send 1 unit along the left flank. You know at this point it's not captured. So, he should realize that there's free real estate across this entire left side of the map. Just queue up a Panzer squad to capture up all those sectors. The Panzer League player needs to stop, just needs to slow down, and secure territory. He has no munitions income. Getting a small float will come in handy for most doctrines, whether go for Scorched Earth or for Fallschirmjägers. Not so much for Tank Hunter, but those off maps are incredibly potent.
Panzer, stand by for target.
Again, his squad just rushed forward and not captured the sector behind them. 3 AT guns a little bit overkill,
Is weakening even now.
but there's 3 riflemen here to rip apart all these forces. The Greyhound these great hits there does wipe out a Panzer squad as well. He's losing his core infantry to the riflemen, and there goes another squad wipe. Now let's drop Panzer for the riflemen. He doesn't really need, 3 AT guns, perhaps a little bit overkill against the Panther. He could have just not deploy out a armored car and get like 1 AT gun just to sway the Panther, and that's about it.
We have gained the ability to lines are broken. One of Germany's victory points.
And I think he's a tank awareness, so I think he's gone for Tank Hunter. It's sort of hard to hear with all the voice lines going over at the same
Forward
time.
supply lines are broken. Victory reserves are at 300 points.
Now we got a Calliope. Oh, Calliope.
Reinforcements ready for the...
Oh, it looks like he did go to the side that has, Wait. I always get the first 2 buildings mixed up with which side they're on.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
But first Calliope has been put on the field, which would be very useful against all the Panzer Grenadiers he's been seeing. There doesn't have a whole lot of Panzer Grenadiers remaining. He has 4 squads. Using this single man to capture up points, which is finally what he should have been doing a long time ago. There's still 3 AT guns here. They say that's a little bit overkill, but it was successful. His riflemen are still quite vetted, aren't they? He only has 2 squads of riflemen left, so he did lose one of his rifleman squads, but one of them is Veteran C2. And the Calliope is now able to engage those blobs very, very effectively. Rifleman squad is falling back. Calliope, is it responding? No, it's not responding at the moment. Or maybe now it is. Firing a barrage. Yes, he is. Wide range angle barrage. Getting some good hits there all across the line.
Achtung, the enemy is impacting.
Lots of
Come
damage
prepare
there.
for it.
And so now the next engagement with the riflemen, the 2 rifleman squads should be able to win out no problem. And nice, he has
One of our
his
sectors
capture with
has
his
been cut
Greyhound. I love seeing that ability being utilized because people who has the ability never actually use it. In this case, it can boldly round the Kattegrad going around capturing out points. Who needs an unarmed transport, armored unit to capture up points? Just use a very, very well armed unit. Rifleman not pulling reinforced. He has to pull out another rifleman, so his 3rd rifleman now to pull on field. Getting ripped apart by the STGs, however. This rifleman squad will need a full retreat. He might be saving up for another pair of Panthers. He does have 24 spare population for the Panthers. And he's saving up his manpower, so likely we'll see a 2nd and 3rd Panther deployed. That's also probably one reason he's not securing some of these, reinforcing these guys all the way. Though I think these were actually wounded from the Calliope barrage, or Calliope barrage. And these are all just Assault Grenadiers and Tank Busters. He has the spare munitions. Might as well save on the manpower.
Target has been secured. Squad ready for
Grenadiers ready!
Assault Grenadiers are getting ripped apart. One Assault Grenadier does fully go down there. Patrick's advancing forward. Okay, some great hits there. 2nd Greyhound deployed and out. He can use Allied War Machine to recover him. All of his Panther Grenadiers are now severely wounded, so going to deploy out some more Panthers. In this Patrick squad, he may not realize that there's a single model there, so the Greyhounds can push on forward and not push him back, no problem.
The enemy
Well, maybe
is
not
seizing our
this
territory.
one. This one, yes. US player does have a good advantage with the VPs.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Okay, I was thinking there's another doctrinal ability selected, but no, just as it advances.
Replacement here.
Do we got another set of Panthers being deployed on out?
Ready for orders.
Okay, let's reinforce the squads first. So we have 3 Panthers, eyeing perhaps to push forward through this AT gun line.
Send your mission orders.
Pushing forward. This is the wounded Greyhound,
Unit down.
but does get the first strike there. It does spot the Panthers, so this Greyhound will likely go down.
Panzer, we must defend the enemy's advances on our victory.
Yep, and the Greyhound does go down. That was actually a miss, so it's splash down. Patrick has on the squad here. Does be captured that BP. The other BP is being captured by a Greyhound.
Achtung, Panzer battle groups are ready for requisition.
Rifleman squad will be following back. Greyhound, let's say, main gun destroyed by this Panther. Engine damage as well, so it's not really paying attention to the Greyhounds.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Does roll a bounce there, and the Greyhound does go down. No Allied War Machine to recover them. A little bit wasteful with those Greyhounds. Calliope Barrage trying to soften up this region. AT-gun's still pretty defensive. I'm sort of surprised we haven't seen them moved right there since he had pushing this point right here.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Fresh Greyhound, how much munitions does he have? He could have used Allied War Machine to save his Greyhounds. A lot of munitions stored up.
We have an upgrade.
Ammo dump secure. All right, men. Time for the fight.
We're losing ground out there.
Upgrade complete. Your ass to cover.
On the left side, Vet 3 Riflemen making their advance. Severe damage from that Panzer squad. Doesn't take out the Panzer. Panther does receive a sticky bomb there, making the damaged engine. He does get damaged engine there. AT-guns rolling on over. Callio eyeing for a barrage as well. Over here, Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward. We got this Rifleman squad capturing up the VP. And we got some missile barrages raining on in, but does largely roll a miss. AT-gun does get a good hit there. And making some good rear armor hits there on the squad, on this Panther. At least 3, yeah, all 3 rear hit, all 3 hitting the rear armor. Ooh, damaged engines there as well. This one exposed, no vision, however. Panzer Grenadiers single model there. I think the defense crews maybe will finish him off. There's at least 2 defense crew members.
We are losing a sector.
But he will go ahead and fall back. Does get that
The
one
enemy is
squad
weakening
through, but this
now.
Rifleman squad may finish off this Panzer Grenadier. Nope, it does not. Greyhound here does go down. Both sides being very wasteful, I would say. Now we do have an M10, a single M10. Maybe get in pairs of crews for Allied War Machine. Rifleman will be capturing the VP. Maybe he's going to try to go in for the kill. Does get 2 hits there, and he may actually go down. AT guns are still actually way back at home. Does roll a miss there, and the M10 gets thrown away. Both these guys have damaged engines. Why is AT gun still in the way in the back? Destroyed engine, so it's very, very immobile.
Losing territory.
Here comes Callio Barrage. And one of them goes out of control. This one's severely wounded. The AT guns are sliding on up.
We've lost the Panzer.
Gets a good hit there. Another bounce there. If he gets 1 pin, it's dead. Looks like the AT guns are not hitting the Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers, however, receiving quite a bit of fire right there. And no more shots there on the Panther. He may be eyeing for a sticky bomb. Yeah, the Panther can now be deployed.
We are losing ground.
He still has 2 Panthers. This Panther is still camping this point. But right now there's a double VP. There's a VP capture in favor of the US player. Panther's trying to make his advance. May get a shot there off the Greyhound. Rifleman pushing his way forward. Does have a pen track there, so may get a rear armor hit there.
Extended line. Return fire.
We have no objective.
Rifleman eyeing for a sticky bomb. With a pen trick on the rear armor, sticky bomb in the rear as well. Hitting the... Nope. I would have stuck around. That pen trick squad could have easily been overwhelmed, but no engine damage there on the Panther.
The enemy is down to 200 points.
We got 3 AT guns here. Kaliningrad will get ripped apart by them. Fresh M10. He needs to get another one. Keep them in pairs too. AT guns are backed on up, so that Kaliningrad will decapture that
Losing
VP.
ground out there.
Global repairs now available. Maybe saving up his manpower for a Pershing. There we go. Now he has 2 M10s deployed. Kaleo Barrage softening up this Panther. Very nice. Severely wounded, so now a good time for the M10s to charge on in. This one still has a damaged
Casualties being
engine.
reported.
Does lose the Rifleman squad here. Got a whole bunch of STG squads. Calliope will be falling back as a veteran C2, getting some good damage there against all the Panthers. 1 vehicle killed, that was a Panther. M10s are making their advance. Oh, got some hits there on the STGs. It's going forward for AT grenades. Does he have I don't know why, it seems like he may have AT grenades. AT guns make it overwhelmed. Greyhound's pushing forward, has a lot of good targets there for him. Panthers crawling forward, but with the engine damage there, the M10's going to overwhelm. Plus the AT guns get some good hits there. AT guns are getting some good hits there. Plus he does utilize some suppressive fire abilities there. And these Panzer Grenadiers are getting overwhelmed. I have a feeling it's more of a lower ranked game between both of these players.
Enemy unit down.
And these guys do get forced back over here. Pioneers do, or engineers do go down. And there goes the Panther. No damage on the M10s. Some good damage there onto the AT guns. Jag Panther has been pulling out. There's a Panzer on this squad. Gets a good hit there, but rolls a bounce. Sticky bomb does connect. M10s and AT guns are now advancing. Second sticky bomb there. Damaged engine. And the rear armor is going to be exposed. And he will be penetrating the rear. Just maintain the rear armor and start firing away. That Yak Panther is going down.
Rifle squad on point. Louder, keep it coming.
Main gun destroyed. Damaged engine again. And there goes the Yak Panther. Though you can use a broken Tiga to recover it. Panther wounded, trying to respawn. Best destroy the carcass. This is one few times you really need to make sure you destroy the carcass. Though honestly, that Panther did or Jag Panther did absolutely nothing. So yeah. This Panther's receiving a bit of fire. No Pentrick on this squad. Kaliningrad does go down there, which can be also recovered by a broken Tiga. Also, Grenadiers making their advance. The carcass does get destroyed there by the Panther, so cannot be recovered by a broken Tiga. Let's see, that's a Calliope lining up a barrage somewhere, perhaps over here. Getting some good splash on the assault grenadiers. This one will need to fall back a little soon. Could potentially get wiped. No, it does not. And the Panther will be making its way back. This Panther can also be covered by a broken Tiga, but it's probably not likely going to be covered. This one also as well. Broken Tiga is maybe his best option because he got some good carcasses. Here comes a Broken Tiga. Yep.
We are losing territory.
Another M10 has been deployed, so he has, what, 4 M10s? That's a lot of M10s. Brendanh should first recover the Panzer. Panzer. He will need to get that up and running as soon as possible. Then he can worry about recovering a Panther. He does have a lot of STGs, so these riflemen are having trouble versus them. Rifleman squad, Vet 3 Rifleman squad gets annihilated and also had a Panzer as well. But the M10s and AT guns are more than enough anti-vehicle. The problem is he's lacking a good amount of anti-infantry. We got a Greyhound here. If you focus on the Panzer squad, the Greyhound has free range. Carcass almost recovered. Still needs to take time to repair it up. Caliot barrage largely unsuccessful. Panther does not receive a rear armor hit there by the Greyhound. M10s are now making their advance. This one's still back at home, not being selected. Panther is at level 2 veteran C. Does get a nice free shot there. Global repairs could be activated. Does activate Allied War Machine there and gain some great long-range damage in. Try to repair up. The Panzer needs to start firing in combat, not repairing.
We have eliminated the enemy once more.
One M10 does go down, but does get recovered. Allied War Machine still activated. No damage on either of these guys, so Patches fall them back for the time being. Brendanh is almost recovered, but still has an damaged engine, so we'll need to get the time to repair that up. I don't think he has advanced repairs at the moment, which he severely needs. So 4 M10s and 1 Greyhound could push his way forward. We've got the Calliope still in this region. And overall, the X player is running out tickets quickly. As soon as they invent the Brendanh stealth, it can res it.
Our base is under attack.
Calliope barrage raining on in. Pershing's been going on the field, so it's got a lot of armor assets, and that will be very effective against the blobs as well. Patrick squad will get focused down. Will go down with an AT gun. Panther charging on forward. Panther's going to go down quite quickly, getting focused down a bit too much. Panther still has a damaged engine. No Brendanh population space. Panther does go down there. And the Panther is getting ripped apart by all these M10s. This M10 will likely go down. But no, he's splitting his fire a little bit too much. That may have been just missed, however.
25 points.
And the Panzer does go down. And looks like the GG has been cast. Allied War Machines being pushed, cast, and yep, this is basically game. 3 tickets remaining and the replay is over. No, it's like a great replay, but it's great saying thank you for watching and signing off.